Hey, what's happening, Champion Squad? Welcome you beautiful faces back to the channel, and in today's video we're going to be learning how to master the surprise factor to get better in Apex Legends for Season 14. On the channel we talk a lot about gun skill, movement, and decision making, which are arguably one of the top 3 keys towards improving. But today's video I want to focus on the surprise factor, or in other words, catching enemies off guard. So on top of this full game breakdown, I also have 3 tips to help you get the jump on enemy players. So without wasting any time, let's go ahead and jump into the first tip I have for you, which is to not fully invest into a fight right away. And what I mean by that is to not only play up close and personal, which makes the enemies more nervous, a little more on their feet, but you don't always want to fully invest right away. So as you're closing the distance on an enemy team, they're going to be a little bit more laid back until you cross their safety line, which in that case, they're either going to do 2 options. They're either going to sit and wait for you to push, or they might get impatient, push at a bad angle that you have on them. You can easily win that first exchange. Walking up in our first fight of the game, we ended up landing at Spotted Lakes, and now we have a team at the back section here. And make no mistake about it, we have the better positioning in our hands right now. We have ultimate height, they're all down low. There's not too much cover for them while they're trying to cross to us. But the issue here is that they are most likely not going to push once they settle into their cover. So again, resorting back to our first tip of the video, which is avoid fully investing. What I'm going to do is play in their face while abusing cover, looking to get that first knock or cause an overdramatic reaction. So just because I'm pushing doesn't necessarily mean that I'm fully investing into the fight right away. We have a Seer off to the left, a little bit backed up. Now we also have a Gibby inside of the armory that just opened it up. If I push the left side, that's going to most likely give 2 lines of sight on me, so I definitely don't want to do that. I want to try pushing this Gibby while avoiding any type of angles that Seer has on me. So the best way to approach it is going to be on the right side of the armory, and just as I start doing that, a Seer ult goes down, so now I have to be crouched the entire time. When you're crouching in a Seer ult, they can't see your footsteps. So this actually works wonders in 2 ways for me. Not only they can't hear my footsteps because I'm crouching, they also can't see them in the Seer ult. I get a beautiful surprise factor on the Gibby, get a nice little 1 mag on him. Now if this bubble didn't go down, I'm playing cover inside of the armory. But he actually threw down a bubble for me, which helped drastically. Now I can use that bubble and essentially force this Seer to make the play. Thank you, Horizon. Approaching our next gunfight, we ended up walking up on a beautiful third party, and the way I opened the fight is using my throwables and then entering the fight. Any type of throwables that you have, make sure to use it before entering. It's going to cause an audio distraction, it could cause a visual distraction. Arcstar goes in, then I immediately push, and the Seer actually pushes me first. So a really good play on the Seer's part here, because I wasn't expecting an enemy to push me. So a great play there, but I was able to capitalize with a slight inorganic strafe to take out the Seer. Then I immediately went for the height. Playing on height in this situation is going to force this last player to make the first move on me. Now let's go ahead and dive into the second tip I have for you to help get the surprise factor on an enemy, and that is to let the enemies make the first move when they have better positioning. If your gunfight or position angle doesn't favor you whatsoever in the fight, why take that unnecessary damage? Why put yourself in a really bad spot for an easy cleanup? Unless you have a great counterplay, sit where you're at, let these enemies push you, and just pre-aim. Chances are if they don't have a recon character and then they try and push you, you can most likely get the better of the exchange there. So if you're getting third party, keep it cool, calm, and relaxed, and let the enemies make the mistake on you. And there's a prime example of it. We were able to take out that third party successfully. Now in the beginning of that third party though, I was telling my teammate to throw a lift because the lift would have been a great counterplay instead of waiting for them to make the mistake. Just like the Seer pushed me in an unexpected way, this lift would have been a great surprise factor on that team. But we ended up getting fourth partied and then he threw the lift, so that's better. Now I'm using this lift to take a battery. That way I'm keeping my movement pace high while also healing at the same time. Very rarely you'll get beamed off of a lift unless the player is really good with a decent shot. But if you're strafing around on the lift, you should be able to get these heals off no problem. Once I get the bat off, I'm going to be full HP, and we're also taking roof. So we literally just capitalized on this fourth party within a second, and now we have all the angles that go in our favor.
Broken enemy shield. Got him. Shield recharging.
Walking up on our next gunfight in the game, I ended up hearing some shots over in the containment area. These guys were coming out of storm. In the back of my head, I was thinking, you know what? We're just going to do a simple gate hold where we just sit, wait till they push and have no cover, then just unload your weapon and get a nice little one mag. Now it worked, but it worked on the Octane, who was a solo player. So now there's a full team behind that was chasing him originally. So now that they know I'm here, they're not going to just fully push it just like the Octane did. They're going to work for angles, they're going to work for cover, and then make their way into safe zone. And while I was trying to shoot them at a distance, I ended up getting shot from height. And that height area, I like to call it third party central. A lot of fighting goes down here in the game, but it's a very dangerous spot to be in. So since we have a team down low and now we also have a team on height, I'm going to elect to portal and take the fight on height. I want to try and match the best positioning possible in that gunfight situation. When you're being sandwiched by two teams, you never want to sit there and let the enemies make the play on you as they get closer and closer.
Replicator incoming. I downed an enemy.
Now, as soon as we cleaned up the fight on top, there was actually a solo Loba that we also knocked. So instead of finishing the Loba, looting what I need to loot up, since I'm already healthy on my loot, I'm immediately shifting my attention down low. They are not going to expect such a dramatic push that quickly. And there we go, get a nice little knock while that player was taking a battery. Saw the horizon out in the distance.
Broken. Arc star out. Reloading. Enemy shield.
Let's go ahead and jump quickly into our third tip of the video, which helps with mastering the surprise factor. And that is disrupting the natural flow. When you play a lot of Apex Legends, you're going to understand the natural flow state of the game, where when you're dealing damage, you know how much damage you dealt, they're probably going to heal, or let's say you don't do enough damage, you know they're going to be pushing. So it's sort of like a natural flow of the game. But in order to separate yourself from the rest and become that better player, you want to try and disrupt this as much as possible. Now it can be risky, but again, high risk, high reward. And in this fight, you're going to see a beautiful example of it. As we start walking up this hill, there's going to be an enemy Mirage here who sends out a decoy. I fall for it. I got bamboozled. But since I have no cover where I'm sitting at on this, I can make two plays in this situation. I can either fall off to my right and then work from low ground, or I can sit where I'm at, even though I have no cover. Again, a bit of a risky play here, but I'm going to be pre-aiming the peek. I know he's going to peek. He knows that I have bad positioning, and he also knows that there's two enemy players about to walk up on him. So most likely this Mirage is thinking, you know, I'm going to get some free shots here. He's just going to run right into my reticle. But no, 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 no. I'm literally just standing still like a statue, waiting for that peek. Get the better of the exchange with the help of my teammate as well. Then it's a push.
Reloading.
And guess what? We're getting third party. This is the team at the top compound, the ultimate height of this area. And here you're going to see my Horizon teammate, who is now absolutely one shot. So what I'm going to do to be a good teammate in this situation is just simply pre-aim over him. This enemy player is going to peek. He has him very low. He's going to get greedy for that first knock. So all I have to do, pre-aim the way he was getting shot from and wait. Destroy the lifeline. Then I change up my positioning. Look for Lifeline's teammate in the way that he's going to be peeking. Turns out to be a fuse. And now in this fight, here's what I do to disrupt the flow state. We both deal the same amount of damage on each other. Fuse gets about 100 damage off on me, 125 since I have red. I get 100 damage off him, and he's going to back up in the situation. Even though where he was, he had a better angle. If he held where he was while I was pushing, most likely he had the best chance of getting that knock on me. So instead of me trading the heal as well, while also taking a bat and wasting another 5-6 seconds, I'm going to push and catch this fuse off guard while he's trying to heal. It's simple as that. I'm disrupting the natural flow state. Right now we have a beautiful game on our hands. We have 14 kills, 2,900 damage, still 5 squads up. We are in a duos game though, so it's going to be a little bit tough to get that 20 bomb, but the 4K is definitely inbound. And we're going to be walking up on a fight where this enemy team has a charge rifle or a bunch of snipers and scout rifles, so it's definitely going to be a hard push. And I do actually make a mistake in this fight. As we close the distance on this team, we end up getting rev silence. Both me and my teammate were silenced now, so we don't have a lift. We don't have a portal, which I do have on the ready. So I was so sad in this situation. I was thinking in the back of my head, I'm going to portal up on this team. So that way it's sort of like a safety net. When I take this portal and I don't get the damage exchange that I want, I can always run to that portal, take it back, and then heal. Since we're silenced, we're already making a lot of noise and this fight is extended for a duration that I don't want it to be. I decided to naturally walk up on this and try avoiding as much damage as possible. And initially, I played it fairly well. I was able to somehow walk up for free, took out the seer roll, cracked the seer with the help of my teammate. But here's where I made the mistake, because I was just so focused in tunnel vision on taking out the seer since we had him cracked, and he was healing behind the door. So I was thinking, you know what, I'm just going to break this door twice and catch the seer off guard while he's trying to heal. But instead of doing that, if I actually climbed up to my left, which is the little hut there, I take the roof on the hut, then I can just knee slide, jump over to the building and climb up to the roof of the building. That way I have ultimate height. So that definitely would have been a better surprise factor.
I've been down. Not to be finicky. We're not inside her yet.
Shout out to my teammate. Beautiful black hole sucked the revenant up and got some free shots right there.
Just a sec. Healing up.
1 minute. Ring's pretty close. Broken enemy shield. Reloading. Hostile close.
They're aiming right at you.
Hostile over there. They spotted me. I'm taking shots. Recharging my shields. Already inside.
They're shooting at me. Recharging my shields.
Enemy shield. Reloading. Last squad.
I can't believe it. The last squad ended up stealing my kill there. So unfortunate. So now it's squad v squad. We both have roof on 2 different buildings. And once I deal enough damage to both of them, I then decide to make a portal push on this team. And now the benefits of a portal push here, I can always phase beforehand while they're trying to peek so I don't take as much damage. Or if that doesn't work, I ended up actually getting destroyed, I can just drop the portal, then take it back. So it's sort of a safety net. That's why I love playing Wraith.
Portal's ready.
I cracked that milligan shield.
Round 5. Beginning ring countdown.
Frag grenade. Being shot at.
And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Those 3 tips will help you master the surprise factor and get the jump on enemy players. Thank you guys for spending a couple minutes every day with me. If you enjoyed today's video or found anything helpful, don't forget to leave a like rating. It is always appreciated. If you guys want to see a video where I talk about the 4 secret tips on how to get a 20 kill game, be sure to check out this video here. With that said, hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.